Our first several sailings on MSC Cruises fell short on several fronts. However, we decided to give the cruise line another shot after hearing they had made several changes and improvements. How does the cruise line stack up to the competition? Well, we share our honest review of where MSC Cruises shines and where the cruise line still misses the mark. That way you can decide if MSC Cruises is right for you. Up next. Welcome aboard, cruisers. I'm Don B from Eat, Sleep, Cruise. And as always, we would love to hear from you. Let us know what you love and hate about MSC Cruises down below. One area where MSC Cruises has made some minor improvements over the years is its complimentary dining. The only casual restaurant on most ships, like MSC Seashore, is the Marketplace Buffet. This venue served breakfast, lunch, afternoon snacks, dinner, and late night snacks during our sailing. Thus, cruisers could usually find something to eat most times of the day. While the layout still leaves much to be desired, the food quality and preparation were noticeably improved during the sailing. While still not the best buffet at sea, the food was on par with some other contemporary cruise lines, and certainly more Americanized than our last sailing. Still, with two different sections, often featuring different selections, navigation of the Marketplace Buffet can be chaotic at best, especially at peak times of day. Having sailed on her sister ship, on embarkation day, I headed straight to the pizza station, which is aft in this eatery. Similar to our other trips, we have to admit that the pizza is among some of the best complimentary pizza you can get at sea. We're happy to see the cruise line made some enhancements, such as having signs to label all the food items. Our breakfast at the Marketplace Buffet was also on par with rival cruise lines. It offered a variety of selections, including a custom omelet station. But overall, we feel a ship of this size needs more casual, complimentary dining options than just the buffet. During the sailing, we stayed in MSC Yacht Club. Since we were in MSC Yacht Club, we did not dine in any of the main dining rooms outside of this venue. Instead, we had most of our dinners in the MSC Yacht Club restaurant. But to be honest, the menus are very similar in MSC Yacht Club restaurant to the main dining room. That said, we would say these meals and starters were more flavorful and better prepared than our previous experiences in MSC Cruises' main dining room. So this was certainly another step in the right direction when it comes to complimentary dining on MSC Cruises. Dishes like the lobster ravioli and the included filet were flavorful and well plated. For dessert, you won't want to pass up the tiramisu or New York cheesecake either. Likewise, service in the MSC Yacht Club restaurant was more personable and better timed. This restaurant had open seating, and we never had to wait for a table for two. Most dinners took between 75 to 90 minutes for our typical 3-course meals. Now, of course, we can't comment on whether the food quality and service we received in MSC Yacht Club restaurant would be the same in the other main dining rooms on MSC Seashore. We do have to admit, when we sailed on MSC Seascape, we thought the service and food quality was seriously lacking. While the complimentary dining on MSC Seashore still needs some work, its specialty dining is among the best at sea. The cruise ship offers 5 upcharge venues. During our week-long cruise, we dined at 3 of these specialty restaurants. All of the restaurants are located on Deck 8 in the aptly named Chef's Court. On a sea day, we pulled up a table at Hola Tacos and Cantina. This Deck 8 eatery offers lunch and dinner options most days of the cruise. The menu serves up perfectly sized bites inspired by Mexican street food and Latin American favorites. Among our favorites were the nachos and the El Pastor and carne asada tacos. While here, you don't want to pass up one of the custom-made margaritas either. At Hola Tacos, guests can pay a la carte, or for $17.99, you can go for an all-you-can-eat option, which, how can anyone pass up that deal? On night 3, we dined at the Butcher's Cut, one of the best steakhouses at sea. My filet mignon was expertly seared to a medium rare temperature. Equally impressive were the side dishes and decadent desserts. You almost can't go wrong with anything on the menu at this restaurant. However, if you're dining with a specialty restaurant package, you are limited to only 1 starter, 1 entree, 1 side, and 1 dessert. unlike most other cruise lines that only charge for extra entrees, you will get charged even for an extra side dish or starter on MSC Cruises. Finally, on night 6, we pulled up a stool at Kato Teppanyaki. I was more a fan of this multi-course dinner and show than Heidi, particularly because the menu is more seafood-centric. Compared to other cruise lines, MSC Seashore offers more upscale hibachi items, with multiple courses featuring beef and seafood. This interactive dining experience is always a fun time on any cruise ship. This ship also features a dedicated seafood restaurant, Ocean Key. However, there's really nothing on the menu for those in your party who don't like seafood. Lastly, Kato Sushi is a unique concept on MSC Cruises. This conveyor belt setup offers guests an a la carte experience with various sushi selections. Or at select times during the cruise, guests pay a flat fee for all-you-can-eat sushi in a 45-minute feast. Overall, we feel the food at the specialty restaurants is leaps and bounds better than the complimentary restaurants on MSC Seashore. However, the cruise line's dining packages are a little confusing. The cruise line has various packages, but they all include specific restaurants rather than letting guests decide at which restaurants they'd like to dine. Further, guests with a dining package have a more limited dining experience menu, or they can pay extra for other items on the menu. Another area where MSC Cruises doesn't really stack up to other megaships is its bars and drink program. While the ship boasts 20 bars and lounges, many are indistinguishable from one another. Bars like the Shine Bar, the Champagne Bar, or the MSC Seashore Bar all have a similar design and look. Let's be honest, there is a lot of silver and reflective surfaces with little color or theming. Regarding theming, the only bars with a unique concept are the Sports Bar, its official name, and the Brooklyn Cafe. The former includes sports artifacts and equipment that looks like it was purchased at a local home goods store, whereas the Brooklyn Cafe is the resident coffee shop during the day and features live jazz music in the evenings. With a yellow and brown color palette, it is a relaxing spot that resembles a rider's nook. Further, most bars serve the brand's generic menu, which features pretty typical cocktails, with standard selections like our go-to Cosmopolitan or an Old Fashioned. One reason we prefer sailing on megaships is that we often enjoy testing out the unique drinks from the various signature bars around the ship. Yet the only bar in MSC Seashore that did have a signature menu was the cocktail bar on Deck 8. Nestled next to the specialty restaurants, this bar serves globally inspired libations. Among the unique offerings are the rickshaw and the Maui Magic Cooler. During our sailing, we had the premium extra drink package, which covers all beer, wine, and cocktails by the glass up to $16. In our experience, this package essentially covered all the signature cocktails and mixed drinks around the ship. On our cruise, MSC Seashore was sailing at about 95% of double occupancy. Even still, none of the outdoor spaces ever felt crowded. The cruise line boasts that this ship has over 3 acres of outdoor space, and we can attest that there was ample space to call our own. The main outdoor pool is the Long Island pool on Deck 18 aft. With a central pool, 2 whirlpools, and plenty of deck chairs. This space offers a relaxed seaside vibe during the day. It's also home to outdoor parties and nighttime events if the weather allows. Inside the aptly named and themed Jungle Pool, this pool is near the Do-Re-Mi Land Youth area and features a retractable roof. It also has some complimentary tabletop games, so it was a popular spot for families and kids to enjoy, regardless of the weather outside. Deck 8 is home to an outdoor promenade that wraps 3/4 around the ship. Aft is the infinity pool on this deck, and it is perhaps our favorite area of the ship. This is the adults only space, although honestly, we didn't see staff enforcing the age restriction for these 2 wake view pools. Adjacent to the pools, there are several seating areas on Deck 8, and additional loungers are available on Deck 19, overlooking the Long Island pool. Hot tubs and the Horizon Bar are within walking distance from this Deck 19 space. Additionally, guests with the Aria experience have the exclusive Top 19 solarium, including upgraded loungers and cabanas. The cabanas are available on a first-come, first served basis. Not to mention, those who are lucky enough to be staying in MSC Yacht Club have the one pool all the way forward on deck 20. This private outdoor space boasts a pool, 2 whirlpools, and nearby bar open most of the day. Our 7-day cruise included 4 ports of call. Along with stops in Cozumel and Costa Maya, Mexico, we also spent 2 full days at the cruise line's private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. Still, with only 2 sea days, the cruise director and his team hosted various included activities day and night. Like any cruise ship, there were daily trivia sessions, like Name That Tune or Movie Trivia. These sessions were typically held in Times Square or the Uptown Lounge. Another popular event were the several dance classes, seemingly every day of the cruise, along with some arts and crafts sessions. Additionally, MSC Cruises partners with the Guinness Book of World Records to host onboard events. During these trials, guests compete to try and break world records, like the fastest time to build a Mr. Potato Head. There's also other game shows and cruiser challenges. Games like This or That, or Master Chef at Sea, hit guests against one another for friendly competitions and prizes. There's also the very well-attended Guest vs. Crew game show. Along with live music throughout the ship, bingo sessions, and more, guests could always find something to do at all hours of the day. Just be sure to grab a print copy of the daily schedule or use the MSC For Me app to ensure you don't miss out on any of the fun. While there are quite a few daytime activities occurring throughout the ship, there was never a dull moment in the evenings. MSC Seashore hosted signature production shows in the Madison Theater 5 out of 7 nights. There was an early and late showing to accommodate the different dining times. We attended most of the shows and found that they were slightly better than Carnival's playlist productions, but still they did not measure up to the entertainment offerings found on other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, or Celebrity Cruises. But these shows were an improvement from the productions we sat through during our previous cruise on MSC Seascape. Among the better productions on this cruise was Formal Night's Broadway review show, Encore, and the final night's Rock Royalty. The latter included a playlist of 1980s rock music that had us singing along in our seats. Guests do need to make reservations for these shows. Once on board, you can use the MSC For Me app or touchscreens around the ship to book individual shows. However, if you are staying in MSC Yacht Club, you can bypass the lines and don't need reservations and attend any shows you want in the reserved seating section. In the other venues, there is live music throughout the ship. The musical acts varied from a jazz duo to an all-female rock band to a solo guitarist. The other main entertainment space on MSC Seashore is aft on Deck 7. Le Cabaret Rouge is a cozy lounge with rich colors and lush furniture. This multi-story space is home to a variety of acts throughout the week. Our sailing featured tango dancers, a violinist, and a rock band. Later in the evening, Le Cabaret Rouge typically becomes the ship's nightclub, which is open till 3 a.m. or later. And it will be packed, but Heidi and I never made it past midnight. Perhaps the best attended nighttime events are the parties. MSC cruisers love to have a good time, and the cruise line ensures everyone can dance the night away with its signature parties, which are usually held either in Le Cabaret Rouge, the atrium, or the pool deck. The Glow Party was popular, with cruisers donning their best neon gear. The White Party and Silent Disco, held inside because of the weather, were very well attended too. Fellow cruisers packed the atrium and the seashore bar in their finest attire to enjoy these events. In fact, I don't think we've ever seen so many cruisers get into the suggested theme attire. Along with several family-friendly onboard activities and events, you would expect to find several onboard attractions and public spaces on a megaship geared towards families. And MSC Seashore had just that. Among the better themed onboard attractions was the Pirates Cove Aqua Park. This elaborately designed water park features water slides, a splash area for younger children, and several water features. It offers dual racing body slides, a raft slide, and a family-friendly body slide. Above the park is an adventure trail. But don't be fooled. This is not an elaborate ropes course found on other cruise lines and ships. Instead, it offers 3 different challenges laid out in a straight line. The sports court is aft of the water park on deck 20. While it feels like an afterthought, guests can challenge one another to several games like basketball, soccer, and there were many sessions of pickleball there as well. But for a ship of this size, the sports court is kind of a letdown because it is rather small. Inside on deck 18 is the Hall of Games. This arcade also boasts virtual reality experiences. Signature to MSC Cruises is the F1 simulator. Guests climb into an F1 race car for this immersive digital experience. It's actually way more difficult than you think. This is certainly not just a video game. Other digital games include an XD Cinema, a VR raft ride, which honestly you can skip completely and not waste your money on, and other more typical arcade games. These attractions are an upcharge, but guests can save money by purchasing a fun pass. As we mentioned previously, there's also the tabletop games located at the second level of the jungle pool, which included activities like foosball and ping pong. Lastly, forward on deck 8 is the fitness center. This gym contains a variety of state-of-the-art workout equipment from Techno Gym, free weights, and a cycling room. Surprisingly, MSC Seashore does not have a jogging track. However, while not ideal, we did notice many cruisers using the Deck 8 waterfront promenade for morning walks. We previously stayed in a deluxe balcony stateroom on MSC Cruises' sister ship, MSC Seascape. We felt that stateroom was on par with modern cruise ships in terms of layout, decor, and functionality. For this cruise, we stayed in a deluxe suite, the most common suite in MSC Yacht Club. We were assigned suite 18001, which is on the ship's port side all the way forward on deck 18. The suite measured around 269 square feet with a large balcony that was 86 square feet. This is about 40% larger than the deluxe balcony cabins found throughout the rest of the ship. Upon entering the stateroom, the bathroom was to our right. Beyond the bathroom was the bed with an oversized desk and vanity areas. Continuing into the suite was a television above the dry bar, and there was a seating area, which consisted of a sofa, coffee table, and chair. The design aesthetic was much like our previous MSC cabin, which had a muted color palette with natural tones and silver accents. Even though we knew the room was going to be bigger, we were surprised about how spacious it felt. The seating area felt like its own separate space. As part of MSC Yacht Club perks, guests get a daily refill of the mini fridge. There's also an in-cabin coffee maker and complimentary room service, including some of the best pizzas at sea. Another noticeable upgrade from standard staterooms was the bathroom. With elegant marble finishes, the bathroom offered a full-size shower with a waterfall head, premium eco-friendly bath products, and a built-in bench. There was plenty of storage space and an extra long vanity area reminiscent of a hotel on land, certainly not the typical cramped cruise cabin bathroom. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't the best during our sailing, as it rained on quite a few occasions. Still, the balcony did offer the opportunity to relax with ocean breezes. With 2 upright chairs and a table, this balcony was longer and deeper than the usual deluxe balcony outdoor space. With all the suite enhancements and additional benefits of MSC Yacht Club, we are unsure if we can ever return to a standard room when sailing with MSC Cruises in the future. We mentioned MSC Yacht Club several times in this video. You might be asking yourself, what is so great about that experience? Well, we have our honest review of what it's really like staying in MSC Yacht Club right here on the channel. In that video, we break down everything that's included in the MSC Yacht Club, how it compares to the accommodations and experience on the rest of the ship, and how much it costs. That way, you can decide if it's worth upgrading to MSC Yacht Club, and your next cruise will be smooth sailing.